What's going on? So I want to build off my last video, which I think a lot of you guys liked, and it was about Italy prior to World War One. And I'm talking about kind of the origins of the fascist movement with Benito Mussolini. And again, in order to do that, we have to go back in time a little bit and understand what happened to Italy during the First World War. In the last video, we talked about the intervention crisis, right? This kind of three-headed monster inside the Italian government debating what to do when it came to Italy's involvement in World War One. The intervention crisis is going to solve itself in 1915 with the Treaty of London. All right, the Treaty of London is going to be something that was proposed by the British. They approach the Italian government and say, hey, listen, we know that right now you're neutral, but you have been a part of the Triple Alliance. We're going to ask you to switch it up. Join our side of the war, threaten Germany on a southern front. And in return, when the war is over and we're victorious, we're going to give you the unredeemed lands back, right? These are lands that were part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, that were ethnically Italian lands, and that was the nationalists' whole case in the intervention crisis. That's why they wanted to go to war against Austria-Hungary, right? So Italy's going to wind up signing the Treaty of London in 1915, and that's their official enrollment into the First World War. Fast forward a little bit to the Paris Peace Conference, all right? The Italian government is not able to deliver on what was promised to them in the Treaty of London, all right? They get to the Paris Peace Conference, and it's what's called a mutilated victory for the Italians, all right? They had the highest death and casualty rate per capita of any country involved in the First World War. That's the first reason that we call it a mutilated victory. The second reason that we call it a mutilated victory is that their economy, their deficit, increases by 4 times over the course of the war. All right, so now they are billions of their dollar, their currency, in debt. All right. And the third reason we can call it a mutilated victory is there was a widespread famine back home because so much of the resources were going to the war effort. All right. So Italy goes into the Paris Peace Conference as a victor nation, but really nothing about their demographics after the war paint them as a victor. And they're really relying on the Paris Peace Conference to deliver those lands they were promised as some sort of compensation. They're not going to get those lands. We'll talk about that in the next video. And that's going to lead to some major social unrest in Italy. Hope that helps. I'll see you for part 3 soon.